Hiya, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I work in Scotland. Today I did a blog of these cards a few days ago, and I've been asked if I could do a tutorial that is just stamping and embossing. So I'm going to show you the process, but I'm going to use some different colours. And if I've forgotten to get this, oh yeah, I have got the stamp set, so we will use the same stamp set, okay? So we're going to use Dandelion Wishes again, which is just a lovely set, okay? So bear with me till I get some bits and pieces ready. I'm just winging it really today. I don't know if the light's not too bad today. Right, okay. So I'm going to sit down. This could be a long one because we've got process of drying and we're going to use the heat tool. So anyway, and I've not even got cards ready. Oh my goodness, bear with me. I'm planning to use Gorgeous Grape, but I don't even know if I've got any left. Let's, not in this one. I've got 3 boxes of card. I bet you it will be the last one I look in. I do have a filing system, but it's a lottery when you go into it. Yep, we've got some Gorgeous Grape, so we're all right. Usually prepare my base card, but I've not even done that today. So luckily I'm working at my craft desk, so everything's kind of around me. So but I'll make 2 base cards at one go. So I just score at 14.8 and a wee bit, and score it because I'm making a 10-fold card here today, and then I cut it at 10.5 centimetres. There you go. 2 base cards. Ready, and I don't know how well you can see this. It's just some sponging and embossing, and then I've used metallic embossing, so then I've used a bit of gold card as well. So if you just bear with me, we'll get a completely different colourway and see what happens here, okay? So that's the base card. I may use a cream card. I will use one of these. What I do is I just take a scrap of card. In this case it's very vanilla, and I'm just going to add some colour to it. I'm going to stick with a tight-ish colour palette again. So I've got Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather and some Smoky Slate. I'm going to open them all up. No great secrets here. These are kind of similar-ish tones. I've just got some bits. Look, I've got a bag full of old sponges. So just get some bits of sponge out. They've been through the washing machine, so the colours won't come out of them. They're all stained, but I just use these over and over again. I'll just wash them through the washing machine. I don't have room to have boxes and boxes of sponges that are all matched to colours. So I'm just going to take, what am I going to take? I'm just going to take some randomly, just get some Gorgeous Grape on here, and I'm just whirling them around. No particular real technique here, it's just getting some colour onto my card. So you can swirl it, you can play to see what effect you like the best. You can swirl it, you can just sponge it on like this, you get wee texture here. But I like to do a mixture of both because it gives you a bit of depth. just leave that sitting on top of there, and then I'm going to take this one and just squash it up a wee bit. And this is smoky slate I've got here, so I'm just getting some ink onto my sponge and then coming in here. I won't use the whole, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I won't use the whole piece. I'm just I'm squashing it all. So again, it's just adding in the colour. But as you're here, you're adding it a bit at a time. So you can just build it up. And obviously I'm working very quickly, but there's no real technique here. This is just something anyone can do. And you look like you're arty-farty, but you're not really, you're just putting colour on a piece of card. It can take a wee while to build it up. I'm doing this very quickly. I urge you to take more time about it, and you know, that's quite a lot of grey in there. And we'll just take this bit of sponge and we'll pick up some of the Highland Heather. I'm not sure if about this colour choice. Maybe I need a bit of something else in here. I think the Highland Heather maybe isn't enough contrast to my gorgeous grape. Right, so I'm going to change tack. I'm going to get rid of the Highland Heather. I'm going to enter just a bit of green in here. I know I'm a wee bit crazy sometimes. I'm going to bring in some granny apple green, and I need a different sponge obviously. I don't want to put purple in the... Alright, open this up. I do think a wee bit of green in here might just work. Do you know, if it doesn't work, no big deal. You know, just chuck a bit of card in the bin and get another one. I always like green with purple. Problem is I end up always doing that probably. Whoops! So as you see, I'm getting there. So now I'm going to add a bit more in my gorgeous grape now that I've got a bit more texture in here. So just keep building up the texture. It's going to give you, every time you do it, you'll get something completely different, a completely different look. Use different ideas every time, different colourways, and just see what happens. You can spend your time doing whirling. You could add some glycerine as well to your sponge and it would make it blend a bit easier. Do lots of circular motions. Different types of sponges give you different textures. The Stampin' Up! Sponges are a nice open texture. These are the ones that you wash your dishes with. These ones, I just chopped them up into bits. Took the kind of sort of the, what do you call it, the bit that scrubs the pots, the rough bit. I took that away, ripped that off, and then just cut the remainder sponge up into bits. So it doesn't matter if, you know, I do this and then bin the bits of sponge, but I find that putting them through the washing machine, obviously not with my clothes, I don't want to make my clothes all multicoloured. Right, I'm going to just leave it at this. Obviously you can build up and build up to suit yourself. I don't think I'll need any more green. I just needed a bit of a colour coming in there. Do I need any more grey? Maybe just a bit. Right, get the sponges out of the way. And I'm going to do a bit of stamping on here. I can do a bit of stamping while it's dampish, as you see, a bit damp with ink, so then we'll do a bit of stamping and then we'll dry it off. So I'm going to use this stamp really, I think. I think that's all I'm going to use on here at the moment. How are we doing for time? I need to keep an eye on the time. I'm really bad at letting films run out. Right, so I've got this on here and I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping just with the purple and the grey. So I'm going to do some grey first. Again, just random to build up something in the background. Not particularly highly visible, but just... This will blend into the background eventually, so it will give it a bit of depth. Alright, then I'll place the grey, I won't need that again. And I don't know where my... I had a class this morning, I've not put everything back where it should be, so I don't know where my chamois is. Right, we'll just use a microfiber cloth because my stamping scrub is in a drawer at the moment. Right, so, oh, there's my chamois are there. Oh, for goodness sake. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to try a bit of purple over there as well now. Does it matter if they overlap? Okay, so that's that. That in itself is okay. That's, you know, that would make a nice wee background for a card on its own. But I'm going to go further than that. I am going to show you the embossing effect as well. I'm just cleaning off the stamp ready for embossing. But the first thing I'll have to do is dry this off. So I'm actually going to stop the video and just use my heat tool to dry this off quickly. I might run and get a cup of coffee, but I'll be back in a few minutes. Hey, I'm really sorry, there is a bit of a gap there. I thought I was filming me putting the gold embossing powder on. So basically I had dried it off. I've stamped randomly about 3 times with my Versamark, and I have sprinkled gold embossing powder on. I'm going to do the same with the silver in a moment, so I'm really sorry. I thought I was filming and I wasn't. And I don't want to start all over again, so sorry about the wee gap. But I am going to be adding the silver stamp, so you'll see the embossing process in that. But we're just going to get the heat tool. Now, if you want to adjust your sound, if you have sensitive hearing, then I'm about to switch my heat tool on. Bring this silicone mat in as well, just so I can do it this way. Wow, it's just so magic. Every time I emboss, I'm wowed by it. Every single time, and I've done it probably thousands of times now. Right, okay, so that's the gold embossing done. Very regal. Gold on purple. There's just a bit here that hasn't quite, I don't think. Just when you look, you could see it was a bit dull. What do you think of that? That is so beautiful, isn't it? Right, so now, this time I'm going to add in some silver. So take my silicone mat away just now. And, oh, my buddy. I just use our Stamp Emboss buddy again. As I did say earlier, but I don't think it filmed, is this stops any static so that the powder shouldn't stick anywhere else except where you want it to stick. Oops. I'm going to bring in my stamp and the Versamark watermark ink pad. And this time I'm going to go into the spaces where there's, and the spaces where the it doesn't matter if they overlap a wee bit, that's not a problem. It really works well for embossing to overlap. It's always quite pretty actually. Okay, well, that's 3 stamps with the silver. We'll bring in the scrap paper. Then we'll go in with our silver stamp emboss powder, so we just sprinkle the powder over. Then we just tip it back onto the paper. Just put that up for the moment and we'll get the powder back in the tub. And the lid on our powder because I don't want to knock that over. Oh, I always seem to get powder everywhere and I don't like the texture of it. So just going to turn this over and just give it a wee flick into the bin just to get rid of any excess. What I did there was I just turned it up and I just pinged it with my finger over the bin, and that just gets rid of any bits, extra bits that I don't need. Bring on my silicone mat and we'll heat emboss this, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with it. excited. Beautiful shiny metallic emboss powders. This makes such a difference. What do you think? I just love it. It's just, but I like to have the texture underneath as well, so they do look like they're floating on the top. Right, so what we're going to do with it, first of all, let's tidy up and let's get rid of this messy piece of paper that's all inky. Like that's the end of our messy inky process. Now I've got to decide what we're going to do here. So I could put that right down the middle of the card, like that. Could do. Let me just get some gold foil sheet. Let's see. They'll be right at the, no, it's here. My goodness. Alrighty, so I have some gold foil sheet. Just making sure I had it. Yeah, I think the gold on the purple is just lovely. So, bring in my trimmer. I have no idea how wide this is. It was just a scrap, so let's see what happens. Okay, so it's 7.5 centimetres wide. So if I cut a piece that's 7.9 centimetres, that gives us a 4mm border. So we'll just cut that strip right up there, pop this away and keep it flat. Right, so I'm thinking I will have one coming right down this card and then maybe use the bit that's cut off. Right, so we're going to do, that is 14.8. So if we cut this at 14 point, well, just at 14.8, it's, the card is probably 14.8 and a little bit, but I think that will work. There. I'm needing to replace the blade on my trimmer, but the wee bits, if you just rub with your finger, or you could take a nail file and that would just get the wee burrs off. Just wee rough bits of paper, it's not a big deal. It actually looks quite arty. And then if I cut these at 14.4, then that will just border that up. So just giving you something different every time. I never make the same card twice, or I try not to. Okay, so that'll do there. Now I need to cut a piece for here. So this is 6.6. So if I cut it 7, because it's already right width, I use 4mm increments when I'm doing my matte and layer. It's just because that's foil and the blade has to cut through foil and card, and it just, as I say, it needs changed, but I'm not in a rush to change it. Okay, I sometimes quite like a raggy effect, and that mats and layers that piece, see? Okay, so that's that. So, where are we now? Right, I think this one will go here, like that. And I can have a greeting just down here, so let me see. I think we'll do tone on tone actually. Where's my gorgeous grape? What about I made a wish and you came true? That would be a nice card for one of my grandchildren, wouldn't it? What do you think? I've just had a thought. Do you know what? We could emboss this with the gold. You up for that? Right, well, where's my emboss buddy? Quickly. This is how I craft usually, kind of change my mind as I go. So you really are getting to see this sort of creative process while I fulfil my promise of making a film of the card process. Right, so there we go. So I've used my emboss buddy. I'm going to put the sentiment down here. It's a bit squint, but do you know what? That's okay. It's a handmade card. I'm not going to stress over it. I should have taken the trouble to line it up, but I didn't. But oh no, I don't. I want my scratch paper, don't I? Here, not that silicone mat yet. Right, that's that bit. I made a wish and you came true. Right, we'll just leave that. We'll get the powder away and then we'll heat that. And then the card will be made in a jiffy. That out of the way. Right, lid up there. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this into the bin just to make sure. Because if you have too much powder it just looks messy, but I think that's about right. My heat tool in, again put your sound down if you want to. It won't take a minute. I made a wish and you came true. That's nice. The only thing is with the heat tool it does sometimes bow the card a wee bit, but that's not too bad. So we just quickly use my snail and mats and layer. There you go. And we'll just, while we're on, where's the other bit? We'll just do this bit too while we're on. It's quite hard for me to do this under the tripod. And I've not done it perfectly, but it's showing you the method. You can take more time over it, and then this is going to go on there, and then I'll do a greeting over the top probably later, probably not during this film, but we'll finish this one off for you. So I think actually we could put this on with dimensionals if I knew that I put my dimensionals after class. I did bring everything through, but I don't appear to have put everything away. Oh. But do you know what? I've got a new pack of dimensionals lying here. Well, not a new pack, but there's 2 sheets in here. Here we go. I can see my wee box, but never mind, we'll just use this. Right, so just fold it a wee bit so you can start getting a grip. 1, 2, 3, 4's plenty, but I always put 1 in the middle so that if it's in the post it doesn't collapse in on itself. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5. Now I'm just using my eyesight. You know, you could measure up if you want to be really accurate. What do you think? I'll just sort this one out. Well, actually, do you know what? If we went that way, I could put a wee greeting there. What am I like? Do you know, I don't know if it would fit there, would it? Yeah, I've got a thank you here. And I'm just going to very quickly, if you can bear with me, and I'm actually going to do this one tone on tone, so just very quickly stick with me. This thank you is from the Tropical Chic set. That's quite nice, that one. And then I'm just going to quickly, you could probably do this better with wet glue, and then you can make sure it's nice and straight, but obviously, do you know, for the quickness on a video, I am just going to pop this towards the top above the thank you. So there you have it. Foil embossing. Here's the original, and this one. That's the same. No, it's a different thank you. I don't remember where that one's come from. But there you go. You tell me what you like the best. Those ones. I still think I like my Mango Melody best, but hey, or that one, or that one. Thank you for sticking with me. Please press subscribe on the on the button below and the bell icon if you want to know when I've got more videos coming out. Please let me know which ones you like best. Thank you.